Hello and welcome back to those of you who've watched the first part, and a warm welcome for those who have skipped the first part and come straight in anew to the second part. And as I explained on the first part, Spirit has awoken me in the early hours with some dictation, automatic writing, that they have requested is going to be the basis for turning into a newsletter. And this is going to be on behalf of the community, the tribe that we are building here. And it has already had a lot of thought. I didn't know quite in what format the Spirit was wanting to bring this out into the world. But for those of you who wish to sign up for the newsletter, I have the first one, which is going to be very, very brief and not the full format of what is to come. They are expressing they want it beautiful, they want art, they want poetry, and they want music enhanced within, and also astrology, which I am not an astrologer, although I have an interest because it impacts my life so much, as it does all of us. And the newsletters are going to be tied into the new moons, and there are 13 within a soul cycle, and eventually the artwork is going to be used for the Etmir calendar that they have been talking about for quite some time. Possibly a new year would start around the winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere. And this may be what I do not know, but I'm just surmising that this may be when they're going to start the cycles working with the 13 moons around the year. More on that to come. And with that, should you sign up below, you're more than welcome, and I would be delighted to have you on board. They're also saying that there's going to be like a community page, and I believe there's going to be a new website also connected to this, so that those of you who are working in harmony, it will be a central point to be able to bring to notice your own businesses, and there's much more on that later. So let us start with the cards and see what else we have that's going to come through for today. We are, as we say, in the void, which is the when there is no moon, and before we can plant the seeds tomorrow. That is in here in Scotland. It may be slightly out in terms of 24 hours in other parts of the world, but do check that one out for your own location. And they're saying to start. Okay, we are ready, we are in tune. And I'm taking the first one, and we have this one upside down. Why have we this upside down? No, the pack is not upside down. We are to keep it upside down, and we have a 52, which equates to a 7, and we have mending. Now, why are we having mending? When this is in the upright position, this figure sits higher than this figure. But by turning it into the reverse, it has reversed the roles. So this figure actually is much higher than this one. Relationships. What are you bowing down to that you have made in an idol or serve that is overpowering and making you small? This has come to an end, or it will come to an end by the time we've come through the 40 days and 40 nights. It's essential that it comes to an end so that you can find the power of you. You know what needs to be mended. You know what needs to be cleaned up, what is usable, what is not usable. And that is all aspects of our outer world, but it is also our inner world as well, because they're talking about being in, we're sipping into the Aquarius, not 100% there. It's still dragging its heels with some of the planetary alignments, but we are more or less sort of there. And we're talking of matters of the mind. The mind is very, very powerful. Everything within this illusion is based on your understanding and being able to, they're using the word control. And what does that mean? We are not looking at the control of the ego mind, the mind within the brain. That is very much a lower energy, nor are we aligning with the guts, because the guts is a third brain, and the only way to operate and to be totally imbalanced and to be mended is to bring the energies of the disharmony of both the brain of the within the head and the brain within the gut into the heart center. That is the only way to operate. Everything with absolute unconditional love and the energy of love. How out of control are you in obtaining 100% within your heart center absolute love? Because love will destroy anything that is disharmony within you. If you are not mending your power of love, you have a way to go, and your soul will step in and add a few thunder and lightning moments, tower moments, in order to ensure that you literally, okay, we accept it, rather than just grumbling about it or sitting in the old energies of comfort rather than accepting change. We are on a point of change. All things are going to change and change and change again. And the only way to be is to be in the flow of what life is going to be bringing you. And it's magnificent if you are working and operating from absolute 100% pure love. The only energy to be at. Those who are not will find that they are sucked down into the old paradigm, and they will be kept there. They will not be able to rebuild their lives after we've gone through this first lockdown, and even with the second lockdown, if we haven't done the cleanup, we are going to find that we are missing the boat into where we need to go. And you are vitally important. You came here as a stardust being. You have the power to literally change the fortunes of everybody on earth, but only if you mend and clean up and look to your building blocks. Now is the time. And we go on to the card of Yin, which is a 2. Again, 2 is partnerships. We are looking partnerships. And the Yin is the inner essence of pure love. And it's often equated to Yang, which is the masculine form of the Yin. But here is the vessel containing love. And it is imperative that you spend this dark moon, this no moon, in looking within to see that your vessel is full to overflowing with love. And love will then overflow and enhance everything that you do. This is the only energy to be in. Anything else needs to be mended, cleaned up, and to look to what you are building in every aspect of your life. And we will go to the next card. And we have regeneration. We have 46, which equates to a 10. So this is the second 10 that we have here. And we are looking at, again, there is still work to be done. It's not 13. And we have here the raw fire, like the phoenix that is being burnt away to return to ashes. And with it, it would destroy anything that is not worthy of you. It is powerful. You cannot stop a fire. You cannot halt it. It will come through and it will devastate anything that needs to be dealt with. Only then, when the ashes have died and everything has been consumed within the fire, we're talking these electric moments, these tower moments, thunder, lightning, it literally strikes unexpectedly. It will burn everything to the ground that is no longer worthy of you. Your soul has called this in for you, for your benefit. Have no fear. And in the doing so, there will be healing. And there's lots of blue. And these are little flower-like energies here, which the blue is recognizing the healing, the cooling, the water that comes to be able to soothe the ashes of the fire and to take the heat out of it. And in the doing so, the ashes will actually provide, they're referring to potash, which I know was often when people used to have bonfires in their back garden, the ashes from what was burnt rather than landfill was actually then put in to the growing beds ready for the next generation of growth, the next season of food and flowers and what is needed. And so this is the green, this is the growing. And new leaves, new life. And the green is also equated to the heart center. Make sure when everything is burnt to the ground that you don't hanker on going back to the old. That is not the time to go back into clawing back what has been taken away from you. It is of no purpose. It will not help you to build a secure future. And we are going to go to the next one. And we have number 6. And here we have not for you, which is an interesting way because we have like a picture here hanging, and in the center is a face. And this equates to your soul, your bigger soul, the bigger part of you. And your soul is actually instructing you that there are things in your life that is no longer worthy of you. It is not for you. Like the regeneration, what has been taken away, do not try to go back and to drag it back into building your new future. It won't work. It's not solid enough. It's not stable enough. And there is no way do you want to get sucked into the third dimensional vibrational lower levels and to become, again, food fodder for those who are just interested in your power. Your soul knows that you are powerful, and they are going to put roadblocks when a situation is not for you. Listen intently. Be wise, be discerning, and expect and embrace change as a way of being. And we'll go on to the next card. And I think we had this card, was it yesterday, but we certainly had it this week. And this is 44. And 44 is a gateway. It also equates to the 8, which is the infinity sign, embracing the duality of the two circles. The Gemini, the yin and the yang, the left and the right brain, the inner and the outer, into harmonious being with each other. And the thinker has the power to think, absolutely powerful stardust. Being the stardust that you are, it is time for you to go within, but to think from the heart, not the ego. The ego won't serve you well at all. They do not know anything other than what you have already done before and will regurgitate the same over and over like a broken record. They will keep playing over and over and over again. You do not want to think with your mind at all, nor with your gut, because your gut is aligned with the fight or fight, fear, and it is not a good place to be. But by combining the brain and the gut brain into the heart center and have a passive equal breathing, you are going into the yin of your inner heart, and you can connect with your soul to see what's next. What's next? Show me what is next. You do not want to bring in what you have let go of, and your mind, your chattering mind, cannot provide. They can only recycle what they've already experienced. They are not capable of understanding new direction, new pathways, anything that's new. If they have not experienced it before, then they cannot even conceive how to think about it. And so we'll constantly try to drag you back into where they feel most comfortable, what they have already experienced. And your gut is the same. It will lead you astray, fight or flight, and often people with heavy gut, out of balance, are into the problems with food. And they're also telling me things like drugs, drugs, disharmony within the gut because of the fight or flight. It is often equated to with the flight, and everybody is kept in because of the way the universe is going at the moment, and they're saying especially the capitalism thinking behind the monetary systems and the governments and the businesses, the controlling businesses, corporates. Thank you very much. And what they're actually saying is, because we have been kept and we're going to continue to keep in the gut of the fight or flight mode, by taking on drug problems, drink problems, they even say excessive sex problems comes into this category. And they're also referring to lewd behaviour, comes from the gut being out of balance. All this needs to be harmoniously abandoned is a brain centre, and to be harmonised within the heart. The heart is powerful. The heart centre is where you need to be working from. So you do not engage with the constant battle of the fight or flight that then feels they're so drained that they need to top it up with something, anything, just to get over that feeling of fight or flight. And then also the brain, the monkey mind, keeping you into, we only do what we know. That's how we keep you safe. But it will not keep you safe. I can assure you, neither of these states of being will not keep you safe. The only way that you're going to get through this is by being in the heart center and balancing and bringing into one. In fact, I feel as though they need a third one here, as in the monkey mind, the gut mind, but the third one is the bringing together to encompass the true brain, which is your heart center. And we'll carry on to the last of these cards. And again, we've got one that's come out upside down. I thought I'd gone through them and made sure that they were all facing the right way up. And this is a 10, but it is not a 13. Unfinished symphony. And what are they saying? I can see here the face showing through your creation, your soul's center. And this is your greater soul, the bit that can't fit into the body, in harmony with your inner child. But there's some unfinished business that needs to be dealt with. And this is getting to tipping point. If you do not harmoniously bring your symphony into completion, you are being tipped upside down by your own soul. Your soul is actually agreeing to this for your benefit. And by tipping you upside down, you will let go of anything that is no longer serving you. This is an absolute big shake-up. I can't express severely enough as to what is coming. If you are not mending, you are not cleaning up, you are not allowing the fire to go, and you're holding on stuff that is not for you in this 40-day journey that we are into. Okay, I shall leave these there, and I am going to just put these cards out of the way and continue with the messages to round up this reading. And we'll see what messages they are wanting to enhance. And they're actually saying 8. They've given me the figure of 8. So I'm thinking we have 2. Is that correct? And there are going to be 2 messages for the cards, or looking at the pairs, or looking at another way, a card for each of the cards we have on the table. These are heavy messages that are coming through. They're actually saying to take those, right? How many have we got here? Have we got the full 8? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, we have 8. Yes, it is 8. It is 8 additional ones, not just the 8 ones there. Okay. My apologies about that. Okay. And they're saying to take them from the bottom. And the first one is develop awe and reverence for life. This is extremely powerful. This is gratitude. This is absolute pure love of who you are. And all life is super important. Honor it, and literally they say bow down to the amazing gift that Mother Earth has given to you, not bowing down to anybody else. The fact that your earthly body is of Mother's creation, so you are bowing down to your physical aspect of Mother Earth. And I feel I'm going to put this down with the young ones, because I think within the heart center, love is also part of developing awe and reverence. Oh, excuse me. And the next one enjoy the process instead of always looking for the result. And this is so important, the fact that it's the journey. It's the journey. Because if you rush ahead, where you're going for, as in the result, will probably change. It will not end up being the same result at the time that you stepped out into your earthly body. Things change and they will change again. The one thing that you can expect is change. And this goes with the Phoenix energy, because as the process continues and you have the Phoenix burning away to the ashes, where you step out, the result will have changed by going through this regeneration process. And we are going to look to feel your innate sense of truth, develop open-mindedness. And with this one, we are looking at the thinker. This is definitely the thinker. And it is so important that you know truth. Not the truth of the monkey mind, nor the truth of the gut, but the truth of your heart center. This is the only one that actually matters to you. And we have soften and open back into love all day long. Now, this is very, very important. By coming through the heart center portal, because you have a portal which is the true way into your divine self, soft and open, this is the only way that you're going to find a way to finish your symphony into harmony and to bring you the building blocks for a magnificent temple of life. And this is every minute of every day. And it's important to work from a place of love. And for those who are unable to do the love, you can start by having very short moments where you breathe into as deep as you can, and then you go on to, when you feel relaxed and harmonious, to go into the balancing as the equal breath that you have into your heart center. And this will soften and open up your heart, and you will learn how to be in this energy all day long, every waking moment. It takes practice, it takes dedication, determination. But this is the way that will mend and guide you to where you are going next. And we have this one here. Respect your inner cycles and honor them on your healing journey. You are being healed. You are going to the mending. You are releasing anything that is harmful to you. And this can be anything at all, which is why we are going through the Gemini. And I think this, the inner cycles will also reflect the outer cycles of the moon. So we will attach this one to the new moon that is coming up. Honor your cycles, because your inner cycles will become harmonious, not in disharmony with the nature of the room, the world that we are within. And lastly, in the moment, if you can remove your judgment and criticism and truly listen to someone, you will empower them. And this is very, very powerful, because the way the world is going, it's just the monkey brain chatter, 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 chatter all day long. And the other person is often chatter, 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 and nobody is taking time to listen to the other side. People have become disconnected from each other, and we have been in this lockdown where we have the social distancing, which has actually thrown a spanner in the works into the harmony of people being able to listen to each other. And within the tribe, it is going to be very, very important for each of you to listen to each other, and also to bring your own thoughts in and to be expect to be listened to also. This is a balancing beyond time project. This is going beyond this universe, the closing down of this entire universe. And we must start by being in the heart and being into love all day long. And in the being there, we attract in others that are also in the love, the heart, all day long. And so we can take time to truly listen. Because not only will you empower them, messages from your source, quite unexpectedly, can be delivered back to you. It is signs from your soul source through the Osmosis Collective. That's how it works. And it is important for you to start to embrace these things more regularly. And we will leave that one for today. I will add that one down there. And I hope this has been of benefit to you. And also just emphasize that I will be adding at some stage an email address to receive the newsletter, where we can build our tribe with a give and take flow for us all. And I hope that's been helpful, and do enjoy the rest of your day, and may your heart center, heart star from within, shine brightly. Bye.